Thelonious Monk, who was a jazz pianist and composer, produced a body of work both rooted in the stride pioneer tradition of Willie, the Lion Smith, and Duke Ellington, yet in many ways, he stood apart from the mainstream jazz repertoire. Okay, so let's have a look at the answer choices. We have both, and both here. So let me put this about the both and connector. When we have both and connector, so there has to be parallelism inside both and inside and. So if we have proposition in front of x or inside the both, there has to be the same proposition inside the and. It is, as an example, both in x and in y. If we take this proposition out, both in both x and y. So that means this in belongs to both x and y. Another thing, both action 1 and action 2. So there has to be parallelism. Parallelism means inside both and inside y has to have the same grammatical structure. So let's have a look at answer choice A. Both rooted. So inside both we have rooted. So and there is and here, but inside and there isn't rooted. So it cannot be correct. Rooted both in the stride. So we have proposition, therefore we need to have the same proposition inside and, but there isn't any proposition, so this can't be correct. Again, this can't be correct. So eliminate A, B, and E. So we have and here. If you read the sentence carefully, this and combines the Willie, the Lion Smith, and Duke Ellington. So it is in this. It is as in this way, in the stride pioneer tradition of Willie the Lion Smith and Duke Ellington. So in the stride pioneer tradition of Willie and in the stride pioneer tradition of Duke Ellington. So this and combines Willie and Duke, not used as in both and connector. Therefore, eliminate answer choices that contains both. We don't have to use both. So we are between D and C and D. Let's have a look at C. Just pianist and composer Thelonious Monk, okay, who produced a body of work rooted in the stride pioneer tradition of Willie, the Lion Smith, and Duke Ellington. So up to here, and comma belongs to who phrase, who relative phrase. We described the Thelonious Monk, okay, and we have yet. This is coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction separate. So comma and coordinating conjunction such as yet separates two independent clauses. That means the first half, the first leg of the sentence or the structure has to be independent clause. Just pianist and composer Thelonious Monk and who phrase doesn't have a real verb. That means there is a sentence fracture. It is not completed. So answer choice C cannot be the correct answer. Let me remind you again, independent clause, comma, if we have coordinating conjunctions such as and, but, or, yet, so, then we need another independent clause. Here, the second half, yet in many ways he stood. We have a real verb subject, so we have independent clause, but the first half is not completed. Just pianist and composer Thelonious Monk, and we have relative pronoun up to here, but we don't have any real verb. So eliminate C. Let's have a look at D. Just pianist and composer Thelonious Monk produced, we have real verb, a body of work that was rooted in the stride pioneer tradition of Willie and Duke Ellington. Then close it. Then we have yet, and we have another independent clause. So everything is fine with answer choice D. D is the right answer choice by far.